Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 on our CNFT journey. There's been some interesting things taking place in the CNFT space over the past 24 hours. We saw a brutal sell-off for the cryptocurrency market. However, NFTs have stayed relatively valuable, and some of them have actually gone up in price. So there's opportunities everywhere, guys, within the crypto space. You've just got to look for them. They're not going to come to you. Today, we're going to be adding another CNFT to our radar, discussing some of the previous ones. We actually saw some of the floors drop on things like Chill Kongs, Bosscat Rocket Club, and of course Space 8 Club. However, I actually think that they're going to come back. We're going to discuss the reasons why the floor drops. Essentially, it's people trading these. If somebody bought, and like I say, I bought my first Space 8 Club at 30 ADA, it makes sense to sell at these prices when you've nearly tripled or over tripled, nearly quadrupled your money. However, over time, I think we're going to continue to see these floors rise. And the reason being is because of people like me that are happy to collect these CNFTs and hold on to them for a period of time. CNFTs are still very early in their adoption. If you look at Ethereum in the NFT space, and the NFT space is predominantly on Ethereum, the volumes that go back and forth there are insane. We could capture a significant portion of that with, or certainly a portion of that doesn't need to be significant with CNFTs, certainly given the community that we've got and the sort of like videos like this, building up people's awareness to them and the opportunity that they present. You know, if we do capture a portion of that volume, CNFTs in terms of the floor is going to be a lot higher than they already currently are. So let's get into it. This is a tweet. Probably nothing. CNFT volume on ADA broke its record from 2020, October the 12th, today at 2.4 million. Cardano equals 2.4 or $2.9 million, a change of 69% compared to yesterday. Source CNFT. And of course, we've seen Bosscat Rocket Club. I think BitBoy actually, or on his channel, somebody told me that I don't watch BitBoy, not because I don't think he's any good, I just don't have the time in my day to watch his show. And essentially, I think they mentioned Bosscat Rocket Club on there, so it did very well. It went up to the floor was nearly 1,000 ADA. So the floors dropped. Chill Kongs, for example, the floors dropped. Still, everything is considerably higher than when we first mentioned it. Remember, we mentioned Goat Tribe, we mentioned Space Apes, Chill Kongs, and Bosscat Rocket Club, and we're now going to add another one today. So let's just first get into Chill Kongs. You can see the floor has come down. Why do the floors come down? And this is what we're weighing these projects up on the floors. Well, essentially, it's because people want to sell at a cheaper price. You could have bought these at literally 130 ADA over a week ago. It makes sense for people to sell. They're going to take advantage of it. They're going to be selling to people like myself that are willing to collect and hold on to these collections for a while. If I see real utility in them, that doesn't mean I'm not going to sell at any point. It just means that I think, you know, Chill Kongs is in my opinion, 1,000 ADA floor. Remember, there's still a lot of risk associated with these, and these are very hype driven. It's been a real learning experience and given me a good overview of trading as in general. Getting into CNFTs because it's very retail driven. You can see how hype builds up and then it drops. So the hype on Chill Kongs was crazy a day or two ago, and then it's dropped slightly, but the floor has kind of gone up with it, if you see what I mean. So I think there's still a long way to go for these CNFTs. We're essentially 25 ADA down than if you had bought and when we first mentioned it. Let's take a look at some of the other projects. Let's take a look at Bosscat Rocket Club, which we mentioned at 450. 900 essentially is the cheapest that you can get one. Like I say, these guys are seeing insane adoption, so you'd have doubled and then some your money on them. Let's take a look at Space 8 Club, which we mentioned at 100. The floors come back down to 150. You couldn't get one of these for 200 ADA yesterday. So there's a lot of people. I've checked out a lot of these addresses. I'm not going to show them on this video. I don't think that's very fair. A lot of the same addresses are cropping up time and time again. I'm going through them all, and I'm noticing that these individuals are trading them. They're buying them and then they're selling them and then they're panic selling them, because when the floors come down, there's a element of FOMO to the downside that people will go, okay, right, I better list these. So it is very, very interesting. These guys saw huge adoption. In fact, if you look at they're actually above Chill Kongs in terms of volume. This is a project. I'm going to continue to hold my Space Apes. I own quite a few of them. The only one that I don't know is a Chill Kong. However, I may be looking to pick one up at these prices. And the other one that we mentioned, of course, was Goat Tribe, which didn't do a lot yesterday, but we'll take a look at where it is today. And we're going to be mentioning a new one to the list that we're keeping an eye on. Those of you will probably already know it as my profile picture changed. You can see these are at 248, so 250 essentially in terms of floor. and we mentioned them at 190. So you've made a little bit of profit, and this is bearing in mind, guys, whilst the price of everything has seen decrease, you're increasing and you're keeping profitable, and that's why I brought this to your attention. It's an opportunity that I'm certainly embarking on, given the age of the space, if you will, the immaturity of it, and how I think it's going to mature. And I'm going to be a part of it. And as somebody that's got a lot of friends, I never got into NFTs on Ethereum. My little brother did, and he did very well out of it. And I'll be damned if I'm going to miss the Cardano opportunity for it. So the majority are in profit, except for Chill Kongs. They're seeing a bit of a pullback. However, I think it's a matter of time before they see more continuation. And remember, a lot of these individuals, what's essentially happening is when you see the floor price drop, it's people who went and bought quite a few of them that are now reselling them onto the market and distributing them. They're going to be selling to people like me that won't sell. So it's a supply-driven thing. You know, you've got to remember with these projects, let's take Bosscat Rocket Club, for example. There's only 10,000 of them. You know, that supply will get eaten up. Only 10,000 people can own a Bosscat Rocket Club. You know, somebody could make a serious dent in that and hodl for the long term. And this is, as long as the project's got real promotion, real utility, and a great team behind it, you'll do very, very well. And certainly, you know, this was bigged up by BitBoy's channel, I think, yesterday. So that's why it's done so well. So the project that we're going to add today, ladies and gentlemen, and many of you would have noticed my profile picture had changed on Twitter. This is an ADA Apocalypse. Now, why is it I've chosen this one? Well, I thought they were cool. Essentially, me and my little brother were looking at CNFTs, and I thought, you know what? This looks fantastic. These look like a cool project. I'm really into them. And the floor right now is 60. Yesterday, I think I picked that one up for, I can't remember, 40, I think. So it's gone up by 20 ADA. We'll put the floor in. I won't choose the floor that I used yesterday. We'll put this floor in, and we'll go with 60 ADA. And then we'll add this one to our list. I'm going to get an Excel sheet wrote up of this so we can keep track of them day by day. And I'll also put in the day after so that we can show how the floor's moving up and down and give you a visual representation and add it to our series. I hope this is a series you guys are enjoying. I'm really enjoying, and I'll be honest, I've actually FOMO'd a little bit too hard into some projects. But, you know, they've done very well for me so far. That's without selling. But I'll let you guys know when I'm thinking about selling and when I think things are getting a little bit overheated. But I do really like this project. I think this is a cool project. I think they're planning on doing like animated series with these guys. One thing that I really like as well is there's only 4,000 of them. So there's lesser of a supply. Only 4,000 people can own this project, and it's a cool project. And we often speak about on the channel the fact that we think there is going to be an ADA apocalypse. We think that ADA, Cardano as a blockchain, is going to do exceptionally well and see a great amount of adoption, actually steal that adoption from a number of other projects. And it's almost going to be like an apocalypse for them. And that's another weird reason why I like this individual product. I do own quite a few of these and I plan on holding them. I think this floor, you're going to see this at 200 ADA as a floor quite soon, given that it's at 60. This is not me promoting this project or buying CNFTs. What I'm doing is just sharing this journey with you. It's up to you guys what you decide to do. But we have done very well so far. That doesn't mean that stays. We're already seeing projects come down. It's really very hype driven at the moment and speculative. But ultimately, you know, I think that with the infrastructure being put in for NFTs, with marketplaces such as Binance, Coinbase are thinking of doing one, there's no way they're not going to feature Cardano NFTs. There's some really cool on here, guys. You can see this one that says "Make Zombies Alive Again," which is quite cool. The cap one's really cool with the diamond hands. This one's awesome. This is obviously Squid Games. Might be a bit of a sore subject actually within the crypto space, to be honest with you, as there was that rug pull. You can see you got some really cool ones, and some of these are already going for, you know, 5k ADA. Now, I'm not suggesting they get there. They could do. We'll see. I mean, I'm excited. I really hope CNFTs take off, but you can see people have been buying these up pretty frequently, you know. So we'll see where it gets to. These were literally 40 ADA earlier. We'll see what they are by tomorrow. But they're the projects. Goat Tribe's done quite well. We've seen a cooldown for Chill Kongs. We've also seen a cooldown for Space Apes, but I think this will come back. I think people will buy these up and sort of hold them. Remember, only 9,937 people can actually own one. If you look here, this is something I'm paying close attention to for a project. I want this to be more decentralized, in the sense that I want the distribution to be more decentralized. I don't want there to be a small number of owners in comparison with the tokens. I want that to plateau. I want to see somewhat of an even ratio where, you know, not one concentrated group of people own quite a lot of the supply, because they have the power to dump on markets. And like I say, I've been through all of these projects. I've looked at the wallets selling, a lot of the same wallets cropping up time and time again. I think it'd be very unfair for me to show people that. But remember, these blockchains are indeed public. You can see these are still selling frequently. So as the hype sort of plateaus a little bit and comes off the gas, the floors actually remains higher than where it started. Certainly we were looking at this at 100 ADA. So that's really all I have for you in this video. We will be getting into on this channel some projects that are at mint stage or just gone past mint stage. One thing that really appealed to me about these guys is they were, when I got into them, selling for literally basically the mint price, which I really liked about them. You know, they hadn't gone very far, and thus there was plenty of room to go, or hopefully there's plenty of room to go. None of this is certain, it's all a gamble. In terms of my overall crypto portfolio, CNFTs are 1% of 1%. You know, this is something I'm putting thousands into, not tens of thousands in terms of dollars. Maybe in the future that changes. Maybe as these grow, that might change. But certainly at the moment, this is still very speculative, and you know, it's 1% of 1% of my overall portfolio. It's fun. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you've enjoyed the video, like, I always appreciate it. So as a comment, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.